Good Monday afternoon. Hope you are doing well. This coming Wednesday is a busy day. Among the many things we're going to be doing is the Eruv Tavshilin. What's the Eruv Tavshilin? Well, you take a cooked dish, like a hard-boiled egg, for example, and a matzah, and you lift them, you designate them for Shabbos, and you make a bracha. It's known as the Eruv Tavshilin. Now, what's the idea behind it? So there's two opinions in the Talmud. Opinion number one is the opinion of Rav Ashi. And Rav Ashi says the following. In general, on Yom Tov, you don't cook for the next day. You don't do it. However, when Yom Tov's on a Friday and you need to prepare for Shabbat, then it is acceptable. So now the concern is that if you're going to be cooking on a Yom Tov for the next day, you might be confused in the future and cook on a regular Yom Tov for the next day, which is unacceptable. So therefore, as a reminder that it is only okay because the next day is Shabbat, we start our Shabbat preparations already before the Chag. And therefore, Wednesday, you start the preparation by designating the cooked item and the matzah. That's explanation one. Rava gives a different explanation. Rava in the Talmud tells us, that we Jews are very committed to enhancing our Yom Tov. But the concern is that we're going to enhance the Yom Tov and honor it so much with food that we might forget about Shabbat. So therefore, to be sure that we have something left for Shabbat, we designate food before the Chag for Shabbat. That's the Eruv Tavshilin. Now, there's a message, that the Chagim represent what we Jews have accomplished. We focus on ourselves and our ability to do things. And the idea comes across, if you look at the bracha, on the Chag we say, Mekadesh Yisrael v'azmanim. In other words, God Almighty sanctified us, the Jewish people, and then we in turn sanctified these times. And that is because the new month is the byproduct of us humans, us Jews, declaring that this is the beginning of a month. And this idea that it is what we do, the Chag is what we achieve, is also quite present in our food preparation. We cook on the Chag, we bake on the Chag. Shabbat is different. Shabbat, we detach ourselves and we really focus on the idea that everything is from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We don't do food preparations. It is God Almighty who is Mekadesh HaShabbat. And the message is, we as Jews recognize that we have to do our part to stay healthy, to take care of ourselves. And that is symbolized by a Chag, what we do. But we must never forget that the bottom line is that there's a higher being. And He is the one that provides. We do our part, but at the same time, we recognize that there's a higher being who is really the one who is giving. As we prepare for a Chag, as we prepare for that time that symbolizes what we are doing, what we are achieving, the fact that we're going to cook represents it. Let's not forget Shabbat, that there's a higher being who controls the world. This is not a God who created the world and retired in South Florida after the creation. He is involved and He's a provider. And we turn to Him in prayer while we do our part. And boy, do we do our part. Staying healthy, social distancing. At the same time, we turn to Him in prayer and recognize it's from you, God. So please, do your part, or Kadosh Baruch Hu bring a refuah and a Yeshua, salvation, to humanity and to the people of Israel who need it. A brief message about the Eruv Tavshilin. Please remember the Eruv Tavshilin. And for now, a good day, and we'll be in touch. All the best. Bye-bye.